The stock market has been on a roll. We have seen a number of record rallies in the market. Well, now traders are getting ready for some news from the Fed, which could cause the market to take a pause. Let's bring in Michele Schneider. She is with the Market Gauge Group. We love having you on the show, Michele. What's your take on this market action?
Well, we have a couple of interesting things to watch now for this week. The yields have softened, and we know we have an FOMC meeting coming out with minutes on Wednesday. And I don't know if that necessarily provided any new insights to what we've already heard Powell say, but people will be more listening to what he doesn't say. Does he actually address the fact that the short-term yields have risen? Last time people were expecting Operation Twist, and he said nothing about that. And basically what the twist does is essentially have the Fed buy back the longer-term bonds and sell the shorter-term bonds, which in essence would unwind some of that higher short-term yield. Market would like that, so that's one to look for. Of course, we're also on the heels of the stimulus money hitting the market, and that has been a good thing. So there's also the talk of inflation, which the Fed doesn't really feel is very strong as a possible consequence of this growing money supply. On the other hand, they feel that if there's any inflation, it'll be very, very temporary. So there's a lot of stuff hitting the market. And then on top of that, now we're starting to see the talk of what a lot of people feared would come out of this administration, and that is the rise of taxes. The corporate tax rate, the wealth tax. These are things that I think could actually spook the market a little bit, which is why the yields have to be watched, because if the yields go up and people are starting to feel that there's going to be more tax rates, whatever the Fed says, short of, we're going to continue to just keep buying, and we're even looking at quantitative easing in case we go and the economy starts to stagnate, we could actually start to see maybe a little bit of profit taking at these frothy levels that we already started to see at the beginning of the week.
So what would be your trade of the day, Michele?
Well, as a result of the fact that the yields at this point, I think may have, although longer term will continue to rise, for now have temporarily bottomed, and the fears of some of these inflation plays, we're actually back looking at the metals, particularly the miners, and that would be the GDX, the actual gold miners. We already have a small position in there, and at this point now, it looks like if it continues to hold at these levels, it could work its way into much higher levels.
Always a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For more Business First AM, check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.